Good morning, or good evening, or hi. So we have our second Pilates class today, and just like last time, it's going to be a very continuous class. So you can opt to either go for the full without breaks in between, if you're testing your endurance, or you could opt to pause after one or two exercises. All right, let's get started. So just doing five deep breaths here, trying to keep the legs straight so we also get that nice hamstring stretch as you go down. Then we switch over to the ankle raises. So we're gonna have about 10 or 15 of these, just trying to warm up the ankles. Last one here. Now let's switch to something a bit more dynamic. So kicking the leg straight up and forward, and then you can plant your toes behind you. So I'm going to just do 10 of these. The arms are just moving for support, so nothing too complicated. We're trying to focus on the leg, getting that nice kick up, and also trying to maintain your balance. All right, switch over to the next one. So 10 of them. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one here. All right, let's switch to something else. So still focusing on the hip mobility. So now we're going to do side leg raises. So just lifting it as high as you can while also keeping your balance. We're going to do 10 of these. That's 5, 6. Once you get to 10, switch over to the next leg. And 10. Okay, let's switch gears. So now we're going to do it towards the back. So try lifting the leg as high back. It's almost like you're doing a back kick. If you can point your toes when they get all the way back there, that would be awesome. But otherwise, we're just doing the back, the leg raise. We're going to do 10 of these. Then once you're done, switch over to the other leg. And 10. Okay, so still on the hip, we're going to take it in circles. So 5 times clockwise, then 5 times anti-clockwise. So really try and get the movement originating from your hip. You can use your fingers to help you feel how your hip is moving. Let's switch gears. So we're going to do some oblique stretches. So clasping your fingers together and pushing them away from your head. Lean to the left, then to the right. If you can combine this with your breathing, that would be awesome. So when you come up, you're breathing in. When you go down, you're breathing out. So try and keep your arms as straight as possible, pushing them away from your head as much as you can. And last one. Okay. Let's come to the shoulders now. So we're going to do some alternate backstroke arm movements. The closer it can pass to your ears, the better. You can also add that body twist, but basically just trying to get that nice range of motion into the shoulders. And last one. All right, let's move higher. So let's come to the neck. So I'm going to do 5 rotations. So really try and take it as well through the full range of motion as much as you can. So chin to chest, then the back of your head on your back. So try and really get that nice full range of motion. Okay, so this next one is just a bit of an introduction because once you have this side to side movement, we're going to combine it with something else that requires a bit of coordination. Pay attention to the side to side because this is not going to change. Side to side, keeping your elbows parallel to the ground. Now here goes 1, 2, and opposite knee. 1, 2, and knee. 1, 2, and knee. 1, 2, and knee. So opposite knee to opposite elbow. And this is the rhythm. 2 and knee. 1, 2, and knee. And the last pair. And finish. Good. Okay, so for this next one, it's going to be a bit interesting because we're going to do a bit of combinations. So we're going to start with the normal high knee. Okay. And we're going to do 6 repetitions or at least 3 pairs. Then bring out your leg in front, so toe to palm kick. Again, we're going to do 6 of them. In case I do 5, I may have lost count when I was doing it. Oh, 6. Okay, back to the original. So once you count 6, back to the toe to palm movement. Here's where it gets interesting. So arm action is changing, leg action stays the same. So I'm going to do 6 of these and 6, then back to the toe palm. There you go. Bringing your hands back to behind your head or at least behind your ears. So you count 6 of them and then you go back to the high knee. There you go. That's 4, 5, and 6. Back to the toe palm. There you go. Count 6 of them. And last pair, and to finish. There you go. All right, good stuff. Okay, so the next movement we're going to have the sumo squat, which is basically a very wide squat. If you can do this on your mat, even better. For me, I decided I was going to face the camera. Okay, ready position and go. So try and keep your feet on the ground at all times. And then go as low as your body is going to allow. So I'm going to do about 15 of these ones. And then on the 15th one, we're going to hold it for about 10 seconds. Just letting you know in advance so that you know what to do. All right, that's 14. Hold the 15th one. So we're going to hold it for about 10 seconds or for as long as you can. And then you can come back up. And done. All right, very good, very good. If you need to rest your legs, whoops, my bad. Rest them. Because now we're coming into the mat. Now we're going to do some mat exercises. So the first one is the nemesis of many people, usually called the inchworm. So you start from up, go down, you can bend your knees, walk it forward on the mat until you get to the plank position. Hold it for a bit and then walk it back and up. If you can't do this with your legs straight, when you're going down, you can bend your knees as much as you need to and then walk it forward into the plank and then back. You can bend your legs and then up we go. So we're going to do about 10 of these. Those are 2. Okay, so third one, let's go again. Walk it forward, give it a small break, take care of your form, and then walk it back. That's 4. Was that 4 or 3? Whoops. Okay, anyway, make sure you count 10. I just can't imagine that there's some insects that actually walk like this. Oh my goodness. They actually get so strong when they're walking. Haha. Lol. Anyway, yeah. So count 10 and then you can give it a break. I just want to remind you that you do not have to move at my pace. For as long as you know what the movement is, you can count for yourself and then pause and then go to the next movement. So we're doing about 10 of these and we're going to finish when standing. So we're going to do 10 complete inchworms. Let's finish off this last one. And there you go. Okay, you can take a breather, pause, take some water, whatever you need to do. All right, so for the next one, we're going to go to the mat the same way as if we're doing an inchworm, but we're going to stay on the mat. So arms up, then walking forward into the inchworm. Then we're going to do modified mountain climbers. Modified because we're going to do them slowly. So once you have good positioning, there you go. You can choose to do them on your elbows, okay, in case your wrists can't take it. But otherwise, if you can, and I'm hoping you can, do them in the full plank position. Let's go. That's 1 pair. That's 2 pairs. We're gonna do 10 pairs of these, and then we're gonna switch to, you'll see. Okay, so last pair here, and done. Bring your knees gently to the mat. You can go into the child's pose just to try and relax everything. I know that was quite something. It's very important to focus on control. So don't be in a hurry to finish. Just make sure that your movements are good. All right, so next one, I'm going to do a modification of the mountain climbers because we're going to do cross mountain climbers. So opposite knee to opposite elbow. And again, we're going to do 20 repetitions or 10 pairs, depending on how you're counting. Welcome to a world of pain. I'm joking. All right, once you do your 20 reps, you can rest. Good stuff. All right, you can rest again in the child's pose position. This next one is going to be quite an interesting test. So we're going to be switching from the downward dog into the plank. Downward dog as you breathe in, breathe out into the plank. When you go into the downward dog, try and get your heels as close to the mat as possible so that you also get that nice stretch in your calf muscles, or as they're known scientifically, the gastrocnemius muscles. So we're going to do 10 repetitions of these and then you can rest. Just to stress the importance of your form when you come into the plank, keep yourself high. Don't sink into the mat, otherwise then you'll end up having back problems. So please take care of your form. As I'm preparing this video, I'm preparing it for someone who already has this form and technique in place. So I'm not worried. But if you're doing this for the very first time, please take care of your form. All right, good. You can rest it in the child's pose position for a bit. If you need to, you can take the time to rotate your wrists to try and relax them. All right, so this next one should be a lot easier because now you have 3 points of contact, i.e., palms, knees, and well, toes. So the idea is to lift the leg up and down. And if you can tie this with your breathing, that would be amazing. All right, 10 repetitions for one side. You ready? Let's go. 1, 2. You can choose to have your toes just gently brush the floor, or you could hover. Whichever is, one is harder than the other, so you choose your poison. All right, then switch over again to the original side, and then again 10 repetitions. 2, 3, 4. Once you get to 10, switch over to the other leg for 10 repetitions. Okay, good. So that is done. Um, yeah, take your time to relax your wrists as well, because your body weight has been on your wrists for quite some time. Okay, so we're gonna go back into the full plank position or elbow plank if you prefer that. And we're gonna do the modified mountain climbers again. So 10 pairs of these or 20 repetitions. That's 4, that's 5, that's 6, and to finish off, there you go. Come back down onto your knees. You can rest in the child's pose position longer than I do, of course. Just so that you're aware, we're gonna do the cross mountain climbers right now. So again, 10 pairs or 20 repetitions, depending on how you are counting them. Okay, good stuff. All right, do what feels good. For me, it's coming to the child's pose. As I think about my life decisions, yeah, like, what is life? What is this that I'm putting myself through? Ugh. Okay, very good. So we're gonna come back into the plank position, and we're going to revisit the plank to downward dog and back to plank. So downward dog, getting your heels to the mat, and then plank. Downward dog, getting your heels as close to the mat as possible, and then plank. So count 10 of these. That's 3. We have 7 more to go. And last one. Finishing the plank, and then you can put your knees down. And the good news is we are done with that series. All right, so we're going to move on to a series that's going to be done on our back. And I think that is psychologically easier, as compared to doing it with the tummy facing the mat. So at least it'll feel like you're sleeping. Okay, so the first one we have is where we're going to have the straight leg raise. Just let me turn a bit. All right. Try and keep your head lifted, or you can support your back with your arms beneath your lower back. So we're going to do 10 repetitions of this leg, and then once you're done, switch over to the other leg. Once you're done, switch back to the original leg again, 10 repetitions, so that by the end of when you're getting your rest, you'll have done 20 for each leg. So we're back to the original leg. Once you count 10 repetitions, switch over to the other leg. And done. All right, good. Take the time to rest your legs for a bit. I know that may not have been the easiest on your thighs. Okay, so we're going to switch to something that is called the hundreds, which, as will be demonstrated, is where you keep your legs up, lift your upper body, and then pump your arms up and down 100 times. Okay, ready? Getting into position. Legs up and pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get to 100, people. Let's get into 100. Hang in there, hang in there. Keep going, hang in there, hang in there. Keeping yourself in that very good position. I know you're wondering, do people do this for fun? Oh my gosh. Getting there, hang in there, almost done, almost done. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. All right, good. Let yourself rest for a little bit. I know that was not the easiest. It definitely was not the easiest. Where did you get? Did you get to 100 by any chance? I'm curious. All right, so we're almost done. So we're going to do those two again, and then we're going to call it a nice day. So we're going to start with the straight leg raises. So 10 repetitions for the first leg, then switch over to the other leg, then switch over again, and then switch for the final time, so that you'll have done 20. If you're feeling like you can do one leg continuously, you can opt to do 20 repetitions for one leg, and then switch and do 20 repetitions for the other leg. Breaking them into parts like this helps rest one leg while working out the other. Hang in there, we're almost done, almost done. Just a few more repetitions, and then you can rest. Okay, so do what feels good. You can hug your legs to your chest. Do what feels good to you. Okay. We only have one more exercise to do, and I know you know which one it is. I'd recommend you do this one after a slight rest, so that you're able to get to 100 in one go, or as many as you can. All right, ready, position, and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 80 more to go. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Woohoo! Yay! Oh my word, this is torture. Make it stop. Death. Death is upon me. Come on, let's go, let's go. Almost there, almost there. Hang in there. Yes, finally. Done. We are done. I am so dead. Oh, death is upon me. All right, so we're gonna do the inchworms again. Okay, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. Relax. All right, so take some time just to do what feels good. You can rotate your neck. You can just do what feels good. Well done for getting this far. I think what I'd like to know is whether you took breaks in between or whether you did it continuously. But otherwise, well done for getting this far. Um, just do what feels good. You can do what I'm doing, or you can do your own manenos. Otherwise, for me, this is me just telling you, well done, good job, keep it up. I see you. And yeah, some people do this for fun, and I think they're just crazy human beings, but okay. Um, in case you're still, following me, what I'm trying to do is getting some movement into my ankles while also stretching the lower leg muscles as much as I can. Then I'm going to lift one leg and I'm going to do ankle rotation. So I'm going to do 10 times clockwise, then 10 times anti-clockwise. Just getting some bit of motion into the ankles. So I'll do this for this leg, then I'll switch over to the other leg and do the same thing. 10 clockwise, 10 anti-clockwise. Try and really keep the motion to the ankle only. There's a tendency to also rotate the entire leg, thinking that you're rotating the ankle. Keep it to the ankle only. All right, so I'm gonna stand. But just before I do, I'm gonna try and really stretch the hip or the groin area. So in our squatting position, I'm gonna use my elbows to push my knees apart as much as possible. So just pushing them apart as much as I can, and then we can stand and you can go on doing what feels good. Thank you for getting this far. Well done. All right. Toodaloo.